Well, good morning. Today is Thursday, June 27th. Here's my shirt. It says, I forget what it says. I'll fight you with my bare hands. And then he goes, oh dear. There we go. Ah, well, we do have a birthday today. Always great. Always great to start the day off with a song. Start the day off with a prayer and then come out here and say a song. What could I ask for a better day? It's Sue Colbeck's birthday. Sue, you knew I wouldn't forget you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sue. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Well, I hope you have a really great birthday. Trying to think of what I was going to say. Oh, I have a question for people, especially you, Carrie, since you have problems with your internet. I am going to be going to Minnesota 2 weeks from Saturday. And what I've been doing is I've been uploading or downloading, I don't know what the word is, I think it's downloading, shows. Like on the CBS app, I like to watch The Good Fight. And then on Amazon Prime, I like to watch Bosch. And I also like to watch Sneaky Pete. So I downloaded all three of those series onto my iPad. Now when I'm driving, oh look at, I know I got distracted, but there was two birds walking towards me right there. And so I want to watch them when I'm driving through the Upper Peninsula because there's no internet service. So if I don't have internet service, can I still watch whatever I've uploaded? And if that's the case, then I'm going to upload some of my YouTube videos too, so I can watch those on the way, so I can keep up and not fall behind. But just a minute, my neighbor wants to ask me something. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Anyway, so I'm just kind of curious because I want to, it gets kind of boring. I do read in the car. I'm very fortunate that I can read in the car. But a lot of times I just like to, it makes the time pass because we drive straight through. We leave usually here right around 5:30, 6 in the morning. And then we get into Minnesota our time around 7:30. So it's a long day. And then I don't eat. Which brings me to Marlene? I think it's Marlene Johnston, but let me check. I want to make sure. I don't want to get your name wrong. Yes, I think it's Marlene. M-A-R-L-E-N-E. Marlene? Marilyn. I'm sorry, I'm screwing your name up. But anyway, she was talking about that it's not good to have calorie deprive yourself of calories. It's easier to say that word, deprive yourself. So, but my intention is not to deprive myself of calories. Trust me, it's not. When I travel, I don't eat only for the mere fact that I have irritable bowel syndrome, and especially when you're driving through the Upper Peninsula, there's they're few and far between bathrooms or rest areas, and the few rest areas they do have are outhouses, which stink, to put it mildly, and you really have to really need to go in them, and then who's to say you're going to come out alive because the stench is so bad. So I don't eat. That's just how I pick that, and that's just for, well, it's 2 days because it's the 1 day traveling and the 1 day traveling back. I do not do it for any sort of weight loss program. Trust me, I do not do it for a weight loss program. I do bring like water. I drink water during the day, and you know, I bring a banana or an apple or something. Not an apple, because an apple, no, not an apple. I bring like a banana or some crackers or something, but I usually don't eat them, and that's just, yeah. I have gone my entire life only eating 2 meals a day. Not when I was little. My mother always gave me breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I don't think my mother deprived me. But when I started working, even when my kids were little, I didn't eat meals, I snacked. You know, like if I made them breakfast, I might take a handful of Cheerios, and if I made them lunch, I might take a slice of cheese. But I always ate cookies and cupcakes and, you know, popcorn and chips, and I always ate all through the day. I grazed. I was like an animal. I grazed the whole day. And then when I started working, I really started working full time when I was about 35, I think I was, 36. I worked a lot in between. I had a lot of little part-time jobs when we needed money. But I mean, as far as having a full-time job, Christy was starting school, and so when she started school in '86 is when I started working. So, and I always worked an early morning job, and I never like eating breakfast. I never like eating anything healthy. Let's put it that way, healthy, when I first wake up in the morning, and so I never really ate anything until it was my lunch break, and then when I had my lunch, it was usually like 12, 1 o'clock. I'd have my lunch, and then I'd come home and have my dinner, and that was all I had was my lunch and dinner, but they weren't healthy lunches and dinners. I mean, I would go to McDonald's or Taco Bell or Pizza Hut or any of those places for lunch, and then I'd come home for dinner, and I wouldn't feel like cooking, and Jim would say, well, what do you want? And even if I was cooking, because my kids were little, and I was cooking, like I'd put something in the oven, like I taught my kids how to cook very early. I would prepare everything, and then they'd have to get it going, and then we would start from there eating. But I would eat all night, cookies and stuff. So now I'm trying to eat 3 meals. It's hard for me. I see Denise coming. Here comes Denise and Kylie and Piper. But so that I'm not trying to deprive myself of calories. I am not asking anybody to follow my eating plan, because it's not for everybody. It really isn't. I know that. So, but here they come. I gotta get them. So I'll talk to you guys in a bit. There's that Piper. She's looking, and there's Kylie all excited about walking. And here comes the movie star. Oh, what TV show is that from? Not a clue. And the movie star. It was a 3-hour cruise. You still don't know? Gilligan's Island. Okay, I gotta make sure you know.
I know that.
All right, we're gonna go for a walk. We have to get it together shop, because people think you look cute.
Right.
They do. They say, oh, Denise is so cute. And I go, it's not so bad out here.
We're not matching in hats, no. She has this hat, too.
If I would have known that, I would have worn mine. We could have been twins. No. That's what Jim and Gary both do.
Yes, they do. And it bothers me.
It bothers me, too.
But there's no stopping it now.
Because, like, we'll get dressed, and then they'll go in the bedroom, and then they'll get dressed.
Yes.
And then we got to go back and get redressed.
I don't, though. I just say at that point,
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Because I'm old enough that they go, oh, look at that cute little old couple.
Well, I would think they'd think the same thing of me and Gary,
You're not
but
old.
I really don't.
Oh, and I found out Anderson Cooper's 52. We were wondering how old he was. Okay, not that you care, but we wanted to share.
Distance 2 miles.
There we go, we're official. So long, farewell.
I know.
Auf Wiedersehen. You almost did. I almost got her to sing.
Almost got me to sing. Not gonna happen.
It's a little muggy. It wasn't too bad when we started, but
It got a little muggy, but it was a nice start. So
it was
that's
a
what
nice
need to
start.
do.
We
started
walked
a little early.
I went to bed a
She
little
told
bit
me that.
earlier yesterday because I didn't eat dinner, and I was hungry. I really was a little hungry, although I did have something, but I can't eat too much because, do you wake up sick?
Yeah.
I wake up sick if I eat too much. But, any hooser. Okay.
Sayonara.
Au revoir.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Hasta luego.
No, you're supposed to say goodbye.
Oh, goodbye. Well, you have, what did you take? I took French in class in school.
Spanish, adios.
There we go. Okay, I am home. I did walk a little over 2 miles, 2.1, whatever. I forgot to tell you that last night when I did get home, we got home about 11:20, I think it was, 11:25. I had a 7-point dinner. I had 5 green olives for 1 point. I had 28 grams of turkey pepperoni for 1 point. I had a low point cheese stick for 1 point. I had my oven-baked Ritz crackers for 4 points. I had a glass of sugar-free cranberry juice for 0. And my Chit Chat Paddywhack glass of water. So it was 7 points. So I think I ended up with 18 points for the day. I'm allowed 24. So, I can't hit the 24 and lose weight. I just can't. And it's not so much that I was went to bed because I was hungry. It was more like it wasn't really a meal, you know, really, if you think about it. And if I eat and have that laying on my stomach when I go to bed, I wake up in the morning wanting to eat and not feeling well. So it was enough to fill me up. It was enough to satisfy my hunger and move on from there. I'm going to eat a little bit more today. Tonight I'm going to, my niece Kathleen is in an acrobatic performance group. It's called the Flying Circus in Detroit. So we're going to go to Detroit tonight with Cindy and Christy and Mary and Molly and her sister Amy. And I think that's it. Denise isn't going. But it's just an hour performance, and so if we can film, I don't know if we're allowed to film, but if we're allowed to film, I'll show you. She just does aerobic thing, not aerobic, you know, aerial things. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, I got to put the chemicals in the pool, go drink my water. Cindy's borrowing my car again today. Jim's going to go with David looking for cars because Jimmy's on a separate job this week, and so David had to drive his own car, and his car needs brakes. And like I told you, we don't want him to put any more money into that car, so he's been using Cindy's car, but Cindy's got some running around to do, and I'm not going anywhere, so I'm going to bring the car over, and Cindy's going to use it today. So stay with me today, and let's see what I eat. Well, I could have grabbed a smaller plate, but I wanted to eat breakfast with Oliver, because this is Oliver's plate. So I'm going to have my breakfast now. I started my day with a prayer. I drank 50 ounces of water. My quote is, a huge part of losing weight is knowing it might take a little bit longer than you planned on. It's my 385 calories for 3 points, 0 for my berries, my egg, my grapefruit. I originally had my banana, but I thought that was too much fruit at one time, so I'm going to wait and have that for lunch. My tea, 3 points for my 4 slices of center cut bacon, so it's a 3-point breakfast and 385 calories. And we're going to have breakfast with Oliver and Batman. Okay, now we're going to eat lunch with Carrie, because Carrie from Weight Watchers with Carrie gave me the I Love Cheese cup, and she also gave me the Weight Watchers with Carrie glass with the little butterfly on it. We're going to have that's water. So we're going to have strawberries, banana, and a half a bagel with some cream cheese, or Laughing Cow cheese rather. It's a 4-point lunch, 3 points for a half of a Lender's bagel, 1 point for my Laughing Cow cheese, 0 for my banana, strawberries, tea, and water. It's 286 calories for my lunch. I'm hoping to have a 1,500 calorie day. Okay, I haven't had a huge salad in quite a while, but I'm going to have a salad for dinner. Some salad and cottage cheese and pineapple. It's a 13-point dinner. It's 708 calories. 0 for the salad, tomato, cucumber, iced tea, and pineapple. 2 points for my chicken. I count my chicken, I tell you, every time of the marinade I use. 4 points for my ounce of provolone. 3 points for half a cup of cottage cheese. 3 points for 2 tablespoons of Olive Garden dressing. And 1 point for my olives. I have 1,379 calories for today. I use 20 points. I have 4 that I'm rolling over. Let's go eat.
Thank you. That was really wonderful. Next up, we've got Kathleen. And I want you all to watch very carefully as Kathleen breaks the law.
Okay, just for her performance, I dubbed it out so that you can't hear the music because I don't want to get copyright infringement. Wasn't that amazing? I do that every morning when I first wake up in the morning. Not. She's my sister Sue's daughter, and she had a performance at the Detroit Flying Circus, something. Anyway, it was a really good show. It was probably an hour and a half, and they had break dancers, and they had people like her aerialists. They had people that were working on, they called them hammocks, those drapes that hang from, I don't know, they're not drapes, but you know those things that hang from the ceiling like drapes, and then they wrap themselves up and do all of that. And then they had performance art, they had street art, they had everything. It was really enjoyable evening. I really had a really good time, and I just I was kind of hesitant when I first told her I would go, because I thought, I don't know, this is not something I think I'm going to like. Oh my gosh, I loved it. I loved every minute of it, and they were all, it was amazing, the strength of it. I couldn't show you Kathleen's whole performance. The whole performance, she played to the song Breaking the Law, Breaking the Law, Breaking the Law. But she was on that wand, or we thought it was like a hula hoop, but it's not. It was like sturdy wire thing. She was on there. The whole video that I took of her whole performance was almost 4 minutes long. It's about 3 minutes and 59 seconds longer than I would have lasted. But I had a really good time. I was really proud of her. She did a really good job with the show. And I would have liked to show you her whole performance, but it'd be kind of dull watching it with no music. And I probably could have found some music on YouTube, but I'm not tech savvy enough to know how to do that. Tomorrow I'm going to walk with Denise again, but we're going to go to the park over by us. I guess there's a trail or a track or something. I don't know. I've never been over there. I've been by the park many times. I've dropped David off there to hang out with his friends. Not hook up. Hang out with his friends. And now I'm very conscious of that phrase. I mean, I know what it means, but I just always said it. I never thought, you know, like, whatever. So, staying on track. I am glad I ate dinner before I went, because it's late. It's after 9 o'clock now. And I wouldn't want to eat 2 nights in a row this late, because it would be too... So it was kind of hard eating earlier today, because I ate breakfast at 11, which was really, really early for me. I ate breakfast at 11. I ate lunch at 1:30, and then I ate my dinner at 4. Because we left at 5. We left about 4:45. We left at, or as the kids nowadays say, 4:45, because they're living the digital world. But... and I had, like I said, I had a really good time. So I'm going to close out this video now and drink some water and just watch a little bit of TV. So I'll talk to you guys in the morning.